The following pedigree shows characters from the show Jane the Virgin. Here the trait is breast cancer. For autosomal dominant, this would mean that the affected individual somata would have to be big A, small a, or big A, big A. The parents then would have to be both recessive for the trait since they are not affected. So this would not work since somata needs at least one big A from one of the parents, in which case we don't see because both parents are little a, little a. For autosomal recessive, Xiomara would have to be big, small a, and her parents would both have to be heterozygous, so big A, small a, big A, small a. And we assume that anybody married into the family would be homozygous, and in this case, homozygous dominant, big A, big A. So with Rafael, same thing, big A, big A. This means that Jane would have to be big A, small a, and her son could either be big A, or he could also just be big A, small a, heterozygous. So autosomal recessive could definitely be a possibility here. Next, X-linked dominant. So if the trait for breast cancer is X-linked dominant, this means that Xiomara would have to be a big A on the X chromosome and another big A on the other X chromosome, or she could be a little a on one chromosome and a big A on the other chromosome. But since her parents are neither affected, they are small a, and the father is also XA, small a, and Y. This is not possible since Xiomara would need a big A from one of the parents, in which case we don't see either of them having. For X-linked recessive, we see that Xiomara would have to have both small a and small a on both of her X chromosomes. So this would make either her mother, Alba, with one big A, small a since she's not affected, or she could be big A and big A on both X chromosomes. The father would have to be big A since he's not affected, and that would be on his X chromosome. And we see that this would not work since Xiomara needs two small a's on both of her X chromosomes, and her father can only give a big A on his X chromosome. And finally, could this trait that Xiomara has of breast cancer be Y-linked related? Well, automatically we can tell that it cannot be Y-linked related since only males have Y chromosomes and females have two X chromosomes. So there's no way for Xiomara to have a Y chromosome that would have the affected trait. So Y-linked would not work in this case.